Christmas morning, my phone buzzed with a text from Mom. "We sold your car, laptop, and iPhone. Your sister needs it more." I thought it was a joke. It was. By 10 a.m., I was standing in my childhood driveway, staring at the empty spot where my car used to sit. Mom opened the door like nothing happened. "Merry Christmas," she said, all smiles, wearing her tacky reindeer sweater. "Where's my car?" I asked. My voice was shaking, but not from the cold. She glanced at Dad, who was fiddling with the lights on the porch, pretending not to hear. "You don't need it right now," Mom said. "Your sister's starting college. You're working part-time. We'll figure something out." Figure something out. I stepped inside, scanning the living room. There it was, my laptop, wrapped with a bow on top of it. My sister, perched on the couch like a queen, grinning, holding my phone. "Say hi to your sister," Mom urged. "We all make sacrifices for family." Sacrifices? It busted my ass for that car, pulled overnight shifts to buy that laptop, and now they were calling theft a sacrifice. I laughed, a sharp, bitter laugh that made everyone go quiet. "You know what?" I said, grabbing the laptop off the coffee table. "Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm done." The room froze. "Excuse me?" Mom said, eyes wide. "I'm done being the backup plan. The second choice. The wallet you can drain when she wants something shiny." I snatched my keys off the counter only to remember I had no car anymore. That sting hit hard. "Where are you going?" Dad finally asked. "Away from here," I said, and for the first time all morning, I meant it. Christmas morning smelled like burnt cinnamon and betrayal. I woke up to a buzz on my old phone, the kind of vibration that feels heavier than it should. Half asleep, I grabbed it from the nightstand, expecting a lazy Merry Christmas group text or maybe a meme from a friend. Instead, I read this: "We sold your car, laptop, and iPhone. Your sister needs it more. Merry Christmas, honey. Love you." I blinked once, twice. My first thought, Mom's on her weird sense of humor streak again. She had pulled jokes before, like the time she said she gave away my PS4 to a neighbor's kid she hadn't. But this one didn't feel like that. My heart sank. The backup phone I was holding cracked screen. The laggy keyboard wasn't my usual phone. Where was my iPhone? I shot up, heart pounding, and scanned my desk. Laptop, done. The car keys, hanging by the door. But when I looked out the window at the driveway, the space where my beat-up Civic usually sat was empty. My throat tightened. This wasn't a joke. I threw on the first hoodie I could find and bolted out the door. The bus station was 3 blocks away, and I didn't care that it was Christmas morning or that the sidewalks were glazed with ice. I needed answers. Every second on that bus, my anger bubbled higher. Who sells their kids stuff without asking? And for what? My sister? Don't get me wrong, Mia and I used to be close. We were the inseparable siblings. She'd sneak into my room when she had nightmares. I'd bring her candy from the corner store when she was sad. But something shifted when she hit her teenage years. She became entitled. Every Christmas was a wish list that read like a tech store inventory. New phone, new laptop, designer clothes. And Mom and Dad bent over backwards to give her everything she wanted, even if it meant draining my savings or borrowing my things. But this was another level. When the bus pulled up to my old, Mom opened the door beaming. "Merry Christmas, sweetheart." I brushed past her. "Where's my car, Mom?" She blinked, like she hadn't expected me to ask that first. "Well, we told you in the text. Your sister needs it more." I snapped. "That car was mine. I worked 3 jobs last summer to buy it. It's not like you gave it to me." Mom sighed like I was the one being unreasonable. "You're not using it much these days. Mia's starting college. She needs a reliable car to commute. We'll get another someday." I felt my jaw clench. "You sold my laptop too? And my phone?" Before Mom could answer, a voice from the living room piped up. "Oh hey, Merry Christmas." Mia was sitting there, grinning, holding my iPhone. Next to her on the coffee table was my laptop, wrapped with a bow like it was some kind of gift. "Isn't it great?" she said. "Mom and Dad said I deserve a fresh start for college. And don't worry, they'll buy you another one eventually." Something inside me snapped. Deserve. My voice cracked, and the room went quiet. "You deserve my stuff, because why, your life's harder than mine. Do you even realize how many nights I've stayed up working just to afford that car?" Mia rolled her eyes. "You're so dramatic. You're always fine. We'll figure something out. You're good at that." "No," I said, stepping closer. "I'm done figuring things out so you can coast through life like some spoiled princess." Mom jumped in. "Enough. It's Christmas. Can't you just be happy for your sister for once? You have plenty." "Plenty?" I laughed, bitter and sharp. "You mean nothing. You've been bleeding me dry since I moved out. Every time she wants something, guess whose stuff mysteriously goes missing?" "I'm done, Mom. I'm not your piggy bank." The silence after that was heavy. Even Dad stopped fiddling with the porch lights and came inside, looking at us like we were wild animals. You can't just storm in here, and Mom started. I can, and I will. I'm taking my laptop back. I grabbed it from the coffee table, but Mia leapt up, holding onto it like it'd just stolen her baby. Let go, she screeched. Both of you stop. Dad's voice thundered across the room, something I hadn't heard in years. We froze, still gripping opposite ends of the laptop. Dad looked exhausted, eyes sunken, face pale. This family has gone insane, he muttered. Selling one kid's stuff for another. Fighting like poachers over a laptop. What the hell happened to us? Mom opened her mouth, but he raised a hand. No, I'm talking now. This isn't just about the car or the phone. It's about years of favoritism and you pretending like it's okay. Mia gasped. Favoritism? Dad, what are you? Oh, don't act surprised, he shot back. You know damn well we've coddled you while your brother was out there breaking his back to take care of himself. And you turned to Mom. This is on you. I told you we shouldn't touch his stuff, but you never listened. Mom looked like she'd been slapped. I was trying to help Mia. She's going to college. She needs to learn responsibility. Dad roared. I let go of the laptop, stunned. This was the first time Dad had ever taken my side in anything. The room was silent except for Mia's shallow breathing. She looked at Dad like he'd just spoken another language. Responsibility? Are you serious? I just got accepted into college, and you're acting like I'm some criminal for needing a car to get there. Dad's voice was low but firm. Needing something and taking it from your brother without asking are two different things, Mia. Do you think life's always going to hand you what you want? Mom stepped between them, her hands up like she could shield Mia from the truth. Don't talk to her like that, Mom said, her tone defensive. She's worked hard too. She's a kid. I laughed bitterly, unable to stop myself. So what am I, Mom? The family's ATM. I'm 22. I've been on my own since I was 18. I've worked 3 jobs to buy that car. I bought that laptop to start freelance work, something I've been building for months. And now it's all gone because your precious princess needs it more. Don't call her that, Mom snapped. Oh, I'm sorry. Should I call her golden child instead? I said, my voice dripping with sarcasm. Or maybe just thief. Mia's face turned red. You're such a jerk, she hissed. It's not like you even need that car. You take the bus half the time because you're always broke. And that laptop, you can get another one. I need these for school. You need? I shot back, stepping closer. You think you're entitled to everything just because you breathe? Something inside me cracked. Years of being overlooked, brushed aside, told to understand, while Mia got whatever she wanted, all of it boil over. You know what, Mia? I said, my voice low and dangerous. Take it. Take the car, the laptop, the phone. Take everything. Because the next time you need something, you'll realize I'm not here to save you anymore. Stop this, Mom shouted, her voice rising to match ours. We're a family. Families help each other. You can't just, no, Mom, I cut her off. You help her. You've never once asked me if I'm okay. Do you even know what my rent is every month? Or how many times I've skipped meals to save money? No, but Mia wants a new phone, and suddenly you're pawning my life away like it's nothing. Mom's lips trembled, but she said nothing. I'm sick of being invisible, I continued, my chest tightening with every word. I'm sick of pretending this family doesn't have a favorite. And don't you dare tell me that's not true, because we all know it is. Dad was quiet, watching me with a mix of pride and guilt. Mom looked like she might cry, but Mia just folded her arms, defiant as ever. Maybe they treat me better because I don't act like such a victim all the time, she said, her voice venomous. Something in me snapped. A victim? I took a step toward her, my fists clenched. I've been working my ass off while you sit around posting selfies and whining about how hard life is. You've never worked for anything in your life, Mia. You just take. Enough. Dad roared again, slamming his hand on the table. The sound echoed like a gunshot. Dad's face was red, his voice trembling. Do you both hear yourselves? This is what we've become, screaming at each other like strangers. And why? Because we've stopped being honest a long time ago. His words cut through the tension like a blade. Your mother and I, we made mistakes, he admitted, his voice breaking slightly. We wanted to give Mia everything because we didn't want her to struggle like we did. But we forgot that you, son, were already struggling, and we turned a blind eye to it. Mom's face paled. John, no, Dad said firmly. You need to hear this too. We've been unfair, and I'm sorry. He turned to me. I should've been there for you more. I let your mom handle too much, and I didn't see how it was hurting you. I felt my throat tighten. For years, it wanted someone to admit that, to acknowledge that I wasn't just imagining the favoritism. Thanks for saying that, Dad, I whispered, my anger softening but not disappearing. Mia rolled her eyes. Oh great, now we're all going to cry and make him the hero. I turned to Mia, and something in my tone must have startled her because her smirk faded. You don't get it, do you? This isn't just about a car or a phone. It's about respect. You've never respected me. You've never respected what I've had to do to get where I am. And you know what? I'm done waiting for you to change. As I said, grabbing my backpack from the floor, I'm leaving. For good. You can keep my stuff. Clearly, it means more to you than I do. Mom's face twisted in panic. Wait, what are you saying? I'm saying I don't have a family here anymore, I said, my voice shaking. Families don't do this to each other. Families don't pick one child and crush the other. I'm done. I turned toward the door. Stop. Mom cried, rushing to block the door. You're not walking out on Christmas. We can fix this. We'll buy you a new car, a new laptop. You don't get it, I said, my voice low and steady. It's not about the money. It's about you. I can't keep pretending this is okay. Mia scoffed. Wow, drama much? Dad shot her a look that could cut glass. Mia, shut your mouth. She flinched. Mom's eyes filled with tears. Please don't go. We'll make this right. I promise. I stared at her for a long moment. Then start by admitting you were wrong. Tell me you were wrong to take my things without asking. Mom hesitated. That hesitation just a second too long was all I needed. Goodbye, I said, pushing past her. The icy wind slapped my face as I stepped outside. The snow crunched under my boots. I had nothing but a backpack, a few clothes, and whatever cash I had left in my wallet. But I felt free. For the first time in years, I wasn't carrying the weight of their expectations, their favoritism, their constant draining of my efforts. Then I heard footsteps behind me. Wait, Dad called out, jogging down the driveway. He stopped in front of me, breath visible in the cold air. Don't go. Not like this. Dad, I can't stay, I said, my voice cracking. Then let me come with you, he said, surprising me. At least for a coffee. Talk to me. No yelling. Just talk. I hesitated, the anger inside me battling with the part of me that still wanted a family. We sat in the corner booth of a nearly empty diner, the Christmas lights in the window flickering like weak stars. The waitress poured us coffee without a word. I'm sorry, Dad said again, staring into his mug. You didn't deserve any of this. I nodded, my jaw tight. I've been holding all of this in 4 years. It's like no matter what I do, it's never enough. And Miash doesn't even see how much she's been handed. She will, Dad said. Life has a way of teaching people. But you've already learned the hard lessons. And I'm proud of you for that. Something inside me loosened at those words. It wanted his approval my whole life, and here it was quiet but real. By the time Dad dropped me off near my apartment, it was dark. Christmas lights blinked on porches, and families were gathering around warm dinners. Not mine. Mine was breaking apart like glass under a hammer. I was halfway up the stairs when my old backup phone buzzed. A string of texts from Mom lit up the screen. Mom, please come back. Mom, Mia's upset. She's crying. Mom, I know we messed up. Please don't end Christmas like this. I ignored them, but then another text popped up. Mia, so you're just gonna run away like a baby? Real mature. I nearly blocked her, but something made me stop. Maybe it was the mix of anger and exhaustion, like I wanted her to know I was done playing her games. I tapped back, me no. I'm done being your punching bag. Enjoy the car. Enjoy the laptop. I don't care anymore. It only took her 2 minutes to reply. Mia, you think you're better than me? You're just jealous. Mia, don't pretend you're some saint. You left home the second you could. You don't care about this family. I stared at the screen, my blood boiling. Me, I left because no one cared about me. You wouldn't last a week living on your own. There was no response after that. I turned the phone over, trying to shove the conversation out of my mind. Back at the house, Dad was pacing the living room while Mom sat on the couch, pale and tight-lipped. Mia was curled up in a corner, her face red and streaked with tears. You happy now? Mom snapped at Dad. You made him leave. On Christmas. I made him leave. Dad barked. You sold his car without even asking. You sold his laptop's livelihood. What the hell did you expect him to do? Sit there and smile. It's not like that, Mom said, her voice cracking. I was trying to help Mia. Help. Dad cut her off, his face red. Do you realize what you've done? You've been playing favorites for years, and it's tearing this family apart. Mia sniffled. Stop yelling. This isn't my fault, isn't it? Dad said, turning on her. You've been spoiled rotten. Your brother sacrifices everything, and you take without even saying thank you. That's not true. Mia shouted. I didn't ask for his stuff. Mom offered. Mom flinched at that. Dad stared at Mom like he was seeing her for the first time. You offered? Mom looked down at her hands. I wanted Mia to have the same opportunities he never had. I thought he'd understand. He's always so strong, so independent. I thought he didn't need those things as much. Do you even hear yourself? Dad said, his voice shaking with anger. You don't just take from one kid to give to another. You don't treat your own son like a backup plan. Mia spoke up, her voice small. I didn't know he bought the car with his own money. I thought she hesitated. I thought it was Dad's old car or something. Mom looked like she wanted to crawl into the floor. I didn't tell you because I knew you'd feel guilty. But I didn't think he'd react like this. Dad shook his head. You didn't think at all. Meanwhile, I was back in my apartment, sitting on the floor with my knees pulled to my chest. The place was quite quiet. No Christmas tree, no warm dinner smells, no laughter. Just the hum of my fridge, and the glow of streetlights through my window. A part of me wanted to cry. Not because of the laptop or the car or the phone, but because of what they represented. All I ever wanted was to feel like I mattered in my own family. And now I knew, without a doubt, that I did. The backup phone buzzed again. Another text from Dad this time. Dad, I'm proud of you. Don't forget that. They'll make this right. I didn't reply, but I felt a flicker of warmth in my chest. Back at the house, things were reaching a boiling point. You need to fix this, Dad told Mom. You need to apologize to him. Mom bristled. I'm not the only one who should apologize. He disrespected me in my own house. Maybe because you deserved it this time, Dad said, his voice flat. Mia sat up, her eyes puffy. Can we just stop fighting? Please? No, Dad said, turning to her. You need to face this too. Your brother has been carrying this family's weight since he was a teenager. You've had it easy. You need to understand that the world doesn't revolve around you. Mia bit her lip. For once she didn't have a comeback. Around 11 p.m. my phone rang. It was Mia. I almost let it go to voicemail, but something told me to pick up. Hello? There was silence on the other end. Then I heard her voice, small and shaky. I'm sorry. I froze. I didn't know, she said. About the car. About the laptop. I thought it was Mom's idea to, give me your stuff because you didn't need it. I didn't know you worked so hard for it. I thought, her voice cracked. I thought you didn't care. I sat there, stunned. You'd never heard Mia apologize for anything before. I care, I said quietly. But I can't keep doing this. I can't keep being the one who gets stepped on while you get everything. I know, she whispered. They'll fix it. They'll give them back. I don't want them anymore if it means losing you. For a moment, neither of us spoke. Then she said something that caught me off guard. I always looked up to you, You're strong. You make things happen. I wish I could be like that. The next morning, I woke up to a knock on my apartment door. When I opened it, Mia was standing there pale, with dark circles under her eyes, holding my laptop and my phone. Behind her was Dad, carrying an envelope. Car keys, he said, handing me the envelope. The guy we sold it to gave us a few days to reverse the deal. I bought it back. I stared at them, unsure what to say. I'm sorry, Mia said again, her voice trembling. I really am. For a long moment, I said nothing. Then I stepped aside. Come in. We sat on my tiny couch, Mia and Dad. Mom didn't come. I think she was too ashamed. I don't know if we can fix everything overnight, I said finally. But I don't want this to be the end of our family. I just need respect and trust. And for once, I need you all to see me. Mia nodded, tears streaming down her face. You're right. I've been selfish. They'll do better. I promise. Dad put a hand on my shoulder. We're going to fix this. All of it. And he'll make sure your mom understands too. For the first time in years, I believed him. For 2 days, Mom didn't call. No texts. No apologies. Nothing. Dad told me she was thinking things over. But I knew the truth. She was too proud to face me. It had always been that way. When we were kids, if Mia threw a tantrum, Mom would bend over backwards to calm her. If I was upset, she'd tell me to toughen up. She believed I didn't need love in the same way, that my strength meant I didn't need comfort. But she was wrong. I thought about calling her, but every time I imagined hearing her voice, the anger came rushing back. How could she think it'd just be okay with them selling my car, me lifeling like it was some extra toy lying around? Then Dad called me one evening. She wants to talk, he said. Come over tomorrow for dinner. No fighting, I promise. I just want us to sit down and be, I don't know, a family again. I didn't answer right away. Dad, I don't know if I can do that yet. Please, he said softly. Just try. For me. The next night, I walked into my childhood home for the first time since Christmas morning. The smell of roast chicken filled the house, but it didn't feel warm, it felt staged. Mom was setting the table, her face pale and drawn. She looked up, and for a moment, I saw guilt flicker in her eyes. Hi, she said awkwardly. I am glad you came. Yeah, I said, keeping my tone flat. We sat down, Mom, Dad, and Mia. The silence was thick enough to choke on. Finally, Mom spoke. I want to say I'm sorry. She looked right at me. I made a mistake. A big one. I shouldn't have touched your things without asking. I thought I was helping, but I see now that I hurt you. I'm sorry. I studied her face, waiting for some hint of insincerity. But she looked broken. It was the first real apology I'd ever heard from her. I accept your apology, I said quietly. But it can't happen again. Ever. Mia nodded, almost like she was backing me up. It won't, she said. For a while, we ate in silence. It almost felt normal. Almost. Dinner was halfway done when Mom spoke again. You know, part of why I did it is because I'm scared. You're both growing up so fast. You don't need me the way you used to. And I guess I panicked. I wanted to feel like I could still fix things. Like when you were kids. You don't fix things by breaking them, I said gently. Her eyes welled up. I know. I just don't want to lose either of you. Your father and I, we've been arguing about money, about the future. I wanted to make sure Mia could start college without worrying. Dad sighed. We should have told you about the money problems, son. We were too proud. We didn't want you to see us struggling. Something inside me softened. For the first time, I realized they weren't just being careless. They were scared too. Just when things felt like they were healing, the storm hit. It started with a phone call. Mia had excused herself from the table to answer her phone in the kitchen. We heard her voice rise, sharp and frantic. What? No, I said to get the money. You can't just. Mom frowned. Mia, post that. Nothing. Mia shouted back, her tone laced with panic. Dad and I exchanged glances. Something was wrong. She came back to the table, trying to act casual, but her hands were shaking. What was that? I asked. None of your business, she muttered. Mia, Dad said sternly. What's going on? She slammed her fork down. I said it's nothing. Then she bolted upstairs. An hour later, after everyone had gone quiet, I knocked on Mia's bedroom door. Go away, she muttered. I opened it anyway. She was sitting on the floor, clutching her phone, tears streaming down her face. Mia, I said softly, kneeling next to her. What's going on? She shook her head. I messed up. I messed up so bad. What happened? She hesitated, then blurted out. I borrowed money from this guy at school for a trip with my friends. I thought I could pay him back when Mom gave me some Christmas money, but her voice cracked. I don't have it, and now he's threatening me. I stared at her, stunned. Threatening you? What kind of guy is this? She wiped her face. It's not good. I didn't know. He says I owe him $1,000 by next week, or she broke down sobbing. I sat back, running my hand over my face. Mia had made a stupid, reckless mistake. A part of me wanted to say, this is your mess, deal with it. But another part of me, part that remembered all the nights he'd read her bedtime stories when Mom and Dad were fighting, couldn't do that. Does Mom or Dad know? I asked. She shook her head. No, and you can't tell them. Please, they'll kill me. I took a deep breath. Okay, here's what we're going to do. They'll help you. But after this, you're done with these people. No more borrowing. No more shady deals. You have to grow up, Mia. Understand? She nodded, crying harder. The next day, I met the guy. His name was Kyle, and he looked like every bad decision rolled into one at Atu's. A leather jacket, a smirk that said he thought he owned the world. We met at a diner parking lot. You her brother? He asked, sizing me up. Yeah, I said flatly. How much does she owe you? Grand total, with interest, $1,200. He smirked. She's lucky I'm being nice. I clenched my fists. You're going to get $500. That's all I have. We'll take it, and you'll leave her alone. He laughed. You think you can tell me what to do? I stepped closer, my voice low. If you so much as text her again, you'll regret it. I'm not some scared kid, Kyle. Try me. He stared at me for a long moment, then smirked. Fine, $500. But next time, no freebies. When I got home, I handed Mia the phone and made her delete every contact connected to Kyle. You got lucky, I told her. But if you ever pull something like this again, I'm out. I mean it. She nodded, eyes wide. I'm sorry. I swear, I'll never do it again. For once, I believed her. Later that night, Mom found me in the driveway as I was leaving. You came back, she said quietly. Yeah, but not for you, I said. For Mia. She looked down. I know I've been a terrible mom sometimes. I didn't realize how much I was hurting you. I thought you were so strong that you didn't need me anymore. I swallowed hard. Even strong people need someone, Mom. I just needed you to see me. She reached for my hand. I see you now. I promise. 2 weeks later, things felt different. Mom and Dad were working on their communication. Mia had started a part-time job, her first real job. She'd text me every few days to let me know how it was going. On New Year's Eve, I got a call from her. Hey, she said, I just got my first paycheck. Want to go out for pizza? My treat. I smiled. Yeah, you'd like that. Sometimes, the past sneaks up on you when you least expect it. A few days into the new year, I found myself digging through an old box of photos while cleaning my apartment. Pictures of birthdays, family vacations, summer afternoons in the backyard. There was one photo of me and Mia from when we were kids, about 12, with messy hair and a gap-toothed smile, and Mia, maybe 6, sitting on my shoulders, her arms spread wide like she could fly. We used to be inseparable. She'd call me her hero. I'd call her my shadow because wherever I went, she followed. Somewhere along the way, we'd lost that connection. I sat on the floor, holding that photo, and I realized something. I didn't want to hate my family. I wanted to fix things. Next weekend, Mom invited me for Sunday dinner. She had never been a great cook, but she treated chicken again, a little overcooked but edible. "Thanks for coming," she said as I sat down. "I know things haven't been easy lately, but I want you to know I'm proud of you." I blinked. "Proud? You've grown into someone who stands up for himself," she said softly. "I wish you'd realized sooner how much I took you for granted." Mia chimed in, grinning. "She's been reading parenting books. It's weird." Mom shot her a look but then smiled too. For the first time in a long time, I felt like we were okay. Not perfect, but okay. 3 days later, trouble came back. I was at work when I got a call from Mia. Her voice was trembling. "It's here," she whispered. "Who?" "Kyle. It's outside the house. It's saying I owe him money again. I don't know what to do." My blood ran cold. "Stay inside," I told her. "I'm coming." By the time I got to the house, Kyle was leaning against his car in the driveway, cigarette dangling from his lips. "Hey, big brother," he said with a smirk. "Your little sister says she doesn't have the rest of my money. That's a problem." "I paid you," I said, stepping forward. "Yeah, but interest goes up when people talk to me the way you did last time." He flicked his cigarette onto the ground. "So now it's 1,500. I clenched my fists. "You're not getting another dime." His grin widened. "Then I guess he'll take something else." He took a step toward the house, and something inside me snapped. I grabbed him by the jacket and shoved him back against his car. "Come near my family again," I said, my voice low and shaking with rage, "and I swear you won't walk away." For a moment, he just stared at me. Then he smirked again, but I could see fear in his eyes. "Fine," he muttered. "You're not worth the trouble." He got in his car and drove off, tires screeching. Inside, Mia was pacing the living room, pale and shaky. "What did he say?" she asked. "It's gone," I said. "But if he ever comes back, we go to the police. No more deals. No more secrets." She nodded, tears in her eyes. "I'm so sorry. I'm done with all of that. I promise." I believed her. She wasn't the same girl who'd been smugly holding my phone on Christmas morning. She looked humbled. Over the next few weeks, something changed in our family. Mia started showing up at my apartment to help with chores, or just to hang out. We'd watch old movies, and for a few hours, it felt like we were kids again. No drama, no fights. Mom and Dad started talking about their finances openly. They even asked me for advice, which was a shock. And me, I stopped waiting for them to validate me. I realized I didn't need their approval to know my own worth. One night, while walking home, I thought about the night I moved out at 18. I packed my car with everything I owned, had barely enough to fill the back seat. Mom had barely said goodbye. Mia had cried, begging me not to go. "They'll always come back for you," it promised her. And I had, even when things got ugly. Maybe that's what family really isn't, it perfection, but the people you choose to fight for, even when it hurts. In late January, I got a job offer out of state, something I'd been working toward for months. It was everything I wanted: better pay, a fresh start, a chance to build a life of my own. But when I told Mom and Dad, they went quiet. "So you're leaving?" Mom said softly. "Yeah," I said. "I have to." Mia looked stricken. "But we just fixed things." "What about us?" I sighed. "This isn't goodbye. It's just I need to live my life. But I'll still be here when you need me. Not to fix your mistakes, but to support you." Mia nodded slowly, tears in her eyes. "Okay, but promise you'll visit." "Promise." On my last night in town, we had dinner together. Mom made spaghetti, my favorite. We laughed, told old stories, and for the first time, I felt like we were truly a family. After dinner, Mia handed me an envelope. Inside was a photo of me and her from when we were kids. "You were always my hero," she said, her voice breaking. "Even when I didn't show it. They'll do better. They'll be someone you're proud of." I hugged her tight. "You already are." On the morning I left, I loaded my car with my things. Mom hugged me, whispering, "I love you. Don't forget that." "I won't," I said. As I drove away, I looked in the rearview mirror. Mia stood in the driveway, waving, the winter sun glinting off the snow. For the first time, I felt like I wasn't running away, I was moving forward. It's been a year since that Christmas morning. Mia calls me every week now. She's thriving, working 2 part-time jobs, paying for her own car insurance, and saving for a trip she wants to take on her own dime. Mom and Dad are going to counseling. They're happier, healthier. And me, I'm living in a new city, with a job I love and a life I'm proud of. But every Christmas, I drive home with a trunk full of gifts, not the expensive kind, but the kind that matter. This year, when I walked into the house, Mia grinned and handed me a small wrap box. Inside was a keychain with a photo of the 2 of us, laughing. "Remember," she said, You're my hero. For the first time in a long time, I felt whole.